Hello and welcome to another YouTube Live from Rachel Papworth, the online professional organizer. I liberate busy people like you from the shackles of clutter and chaos to give you peace of mind and productivity. And today I to you about downsizing. So again, it's in response to a request. I'm just looking for an email on my computer because I'm going to read it to you. This came from Barbara. Thank you, Barbara, who says, "Hi Rachel, we've just moved into a smaller place. The removal men packed everything up for us and took it all to our new place. We were suddenly confronted with everything that we owned all boxed up. Everything that had been shoved into cupboards and drawers. It was overwhelming, to say the least. I'd like you to do an advice article on getting rid of stuff before you move house that had just been left at the back of your cupboards, bottom of the wardrobe, rammed into drawers and shoved in the loft." Oh, the loft, yeah. "It would have been less stressful to have not been faced with all this surplus stuff that I now have to tip or give to charity. 6 weeks on and we've still got full unopened boxes to deal with." I hear you, Barbara. Oh my God. Particularly the loft. So, you know, when we've lived in a place, I'm just getting back onto my screen, when we've lived in a place for a while, excuse my computer making little noises. We forget what's in our cupboards and drawers. If you've read my story on my website, you'll know that what prompted me to really get into the decluttering world, having loved decluttering and organising all my life, but was getting out of control myself, having lived in this house for 7 years, which is the longest I'd ever lived anywhere since I left my parents. I couldn't find what was in my cupboards and drawers. I didn't know what I had. Everything was full. I was buying vintage clothes and not having anywhere to put them. You couldn't see the mirror in the spare bedroom because there was a rail in front of it, as well as the wardrobe there being full, as well as the wardrobe in my own room being full. It all really got on top of me. So Barbara's absolutely right. We shoved things into the backs of cupboards and drawers and in the loft and the basement and the garage and the shed. And we very quickly, quicker than we realised, forget that it's there. So main piece of advice is to start early. My mum, as ever, is my guru in these matters. My mum and dad downsized about within the last couple of years. And my mum started decluttering about a year before they moved. She started going through everything, clearing stuff out. She cut right back, and because she gave herself loads and loads of time, she was actually able to enjoy the process rather than get stressed about it. So yes, start as soon as you can. Start as soon as you think about downsizing, before you even go looking for houses. As soon as you start thinking that's what you're going to do, well, look, if you're a regular follower of Green and Tidy, you know that I recommend that you go through your stuff all the time anyway. So I go through my own stuff on a constant rotating schedule. Every single month I go through the next drawer or the next cupboard until I've completed that room, and then I move on to the next room. It takes me about half an hour a month, and it takes me about 2 to 3 years to go right around the house. That means there's nothing in my house I haven't had my hands on in the last 2 or 3 years and I haven't made a decision about. So I really recommend you're doing that. But if you're not doing that and you haven't been through your stuff for some years, start decluttering as soon as you consider downsizing. Don't be afraid. If you know what home you're moving into already, if you've already chosen the place you're going to, don't be afraid to go around and measure it. So if you're buying a place, don't be afraid to say to the current owners, can we come around one more time and measure everything, so that you know what bits of your furniture are going to fit where. You can make room plans. You can get graph paper and make scale room plans to think about, will that chest fit in there? I mean, am I going to be able to keep that blanket box? Will my bed fit in the room, or do I need to get a smaller bed? So don't be afraid to do all that kind of stuff. What else did I think of? I've got some notes here to remind me of what I want to say to you. What else did I think of? Yeah, that's pretty much it, actually. So yeah, I remembered it all. Hey, cool. So yeah, start early, go through everything, measure the rooms, and anyway, be decluttering on an ongoing basis. And then in the next YouTube Live, I'm going to talk about upsizing, because I had a request for that as well. What if you're moving to a bigger place? What's the advice on that? So I'll see you in the next YouTube Live for that one. Oh, and always do put your suggestions on this topic in the comments below the video, and like the video and share the video. It helps me so much. See you next time. Bye.